Alright guys, so I got another project right now. Ordered these LED undercar lights from Amazon, and I learned this from a friend. He did it to his Can-Am. He pretty much used one of the sets and it went from the middle bar all the way down, two in the front and two in the back. So it comes with two long pieces. He only used one. I'm planning on using both, but in different areas. I'll use one of these in the front, this long one on the side. It does have a lot of wiring, so I may have to trim this down to make it look good. And then one in the back. So this whole section will go in the right side. This whole section on the left side, same thing. One in the front, one in the back, and the long one on the side. The only way I can think of making this work is to start. They both attach through this Y section. So the other one goes plugged into here. So the only way I can think about making this work is by running these from the back and just wiring them, running some wire to hook them up to the front. So I'd probably tuck one in here from my right side, run from the inside here all the way back, and same on that side, run it back, put one in the back, one in the back, and just take care of my wiring through the Can-Am tunnel. And they do send this wiring switch, but since I have that aux beam hooked up, I'll wire it to that. That way I can control them through here. For those that wouldn't do it this way, you could always just put this in the charging port and just wire your wires to this, and here's your on and off switch without having to use up one of those. And I still do have mine in here. So that would have worked. So hopefully this wire is long enough, and if not, I'll have to buy some more. But I'll keep you guys updated on how it goes. I don't think I'm gonna do a step-by-step, but I'll show you the results, and then I'll kind of explain as I'm putting them on. Check this out so far. So that's my front portion. Of course, I'm gonna trim it a little bit because that's a lot of wiring. This is all extra wiring I don't need. But if you look here, I passed it through the inside. Of course, once I put it together, it's gonna look a lot better. So this is gonna go through the inside. It'll block off a little bit of light, but I don't mind. That section's gonna go in there. Let me show you the back. So this is all gonna come. It's gonna glue onto there. Hopefully that glue holds on. This section, I'm gonna have to trim the wiring quite a bit as well. And then the back portion, this one, I'm gonna stick it to this bar here. I already ran that wire there. And then the wiring, I'm gonna try and tuck it way up high and then run wire all the way to the front again. So same thing on the other side. Okay, I showed you a close-up of this, but it's heavy duty. It's meant for the exterior of cars, so it should handle perfect inside this cab of the Can-Am. But it's LED strips, and they have like this gel form protector. And if you know how to wire, you can even attach some more LEDs to it. The glue's on the back, remove that, and it should stick on. So they look well made. They run for about 60 bucks. So let's see how they work out. So here's my first splice. You can see a little bit of the negative exposed, but it's alright. It's a negative. It's a ground. It's a negative. I'll try and cover it up. After doing that, I have this other one that's gonna cover all three of these. But I gotta expand it a little bit. Looks like it caught some of the heat. Just to shorten that. That's all the excess wire I took off or removed. There we go. I couldn't get it to focus, but this is the end result. Shrink wrap on top of shrink wrap. Make it look professional. So this is the plan. This is gonna go up here soon. Probably stick it here in a little bit. Something like that. And you can kind of get the idea there in the roof. They're really, really bright. It's still daytime. And you can already see the passenger side pretty lit up. So here's another wire splice I did to shorten this connection. It comes with a lot of wiring. I could always have just tucked that wiring, but it wasn't gonna look clean. So that's a lot of wiring I took off. So this side should be set up. I just have to clean the area to stick it on, and then on to the next one. Just wanted to go over what I just did. So there's my LED. It's kind of tucked away, you can't really see it. I ran that one, spliced here to shorten the wire, ran it through here, all the way back through my cage and roof in between. That wire you see there is from my speakers. And let me show you the back, and I'll turn them on here in a little bit. So far I've only done one side and the sunlight went out. And then my rear, I could have put it here on the roof. The reason I didn't was because I wanted this light to be a little bit more functional in the way that it's gonna, since it's pointing to the front, it's gonna throw more air or light to the front into the cab. If I was to put it up here, it was gonna mainly shoot down all the lights, which it'll still light up, but not as much as running them facing forward. So I'm recording with the flash off, but this is what it looks like so far on one side. I'm on the driver's side and we're looking at the passenger side. I haven't downloaded the app to kind of play with the colors, since I'm only connecting it direct to the battery to kind of look. But that puts off a lot of light there. Can't wait to run this setup. It's gonna be clean. Let's go on the inside. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I know a lot of people use the rock lights, the little LED lights about this big. But for 60 bucks to do this, it's crazy not to give it a chance. But yeah, I'll probably finish up tomorrow since there's no more light. But I'll for sure, once I'm all finished, I'll show you guys the end result.
2,000 years later.
So I just wanted to go over the lights with you guys. I didn't really show or record it while I was out in Glamis how they work. But you pretty much download the app, log into it, and it gives you different modes. So these are your solid. So solid colors. You got your red, your blue, your yellow, lighter blue, darker blue, your white. So different modes. And then you have this mode that it gives them like a different type of setting for them. And I believe there's 120 different ones that you can scroll through and pick the one you want. So it gives you a lot of options. I mainly got them just to light up the cab. And so this is just like an added feature for me. So I'll scroll through a few of them so you can kind of get an idea of how they run. And I'm in my garage before I get it out to clean it and kind of go over how I installed it for you guys. I didn't end up finishing all the wiring for Glamis. So what I did is I hooked it up to that switch, and I haven't even ran the wires. They're still here. But I hooked it up to that switch just to get me by for the Glamis trip, and I had them working just fine. So my two connections are here. I zip tied here, tucked them in here, zip tied there, zip tied here. So I'm eventually gonna move or remove the whip here to put this cable on the backside. And then my wires, this one's gonna stay out here. I just need to find the little box. It had a little double-sided tape to glue this on somewhere, so I'll probably set it here. And then this one's gonna go tucked in through the back here, this plastic. And that's where all my wires are gonna run to. Down to there. And then just run them down through here and up to the front, where my switch box for these is located in here. So I do have the connection here. This is how I used it for Glamis, and it worked just fine. It's just because I didn't have enough time to do the wiring. Let's see, you see my lights there. And I did trim quite a bit. You see here, shrink wrapped. My wires are there. Both sides are the same pretty much. So I cut here and shrink wrapped. Not sure if you can see that. And then same thing on both sides. Let me show you how much wire I removed. So this is all the wire that I ended up trimming. It's a lot of wire, 4 long strips of excess wire. Since these are meant for underglow on cars, I imagine that's why they add so much wiring, but it's not needed. So you got your white, your black, and your red wires in there. I can't say I struggled too much. I do have my wires here ready to wire this correctly. What I did read on the notes was that the glue on the backside of these is not recommended to hold, and they don't recommend that it will hold a lot. So the kit came with some little clamps, plastic clamps you put around it, and you're supposed to drill. I didn't want to do all that. If the glue fails on me, what I would do is just get double-sided 3M tape, remove all the glue from behind the strip, and glue them back on there. Only time will tell how long they're gonna last. I did put these zip ties here, not only for the wiring that goes up here, but to hold this piece, because this is like the, if I would have left it, it's kind of like putting stress to push this wire out. Same here. I did it on that one, but I didn't put none in this wire. So I'll probably put a zip tie around that wire. The ones under the roof over there, those are pretty secured, so I'm not too worried about those. And the ones up front, I'm not gonna do anything with them, so just eventually they'll unglue themselves, and I'll just do that with a 3M tape, double-sided. I threw a video on TikTok about this kit, so they were wondering, a do-it-yourself type of video. So it's pretty easy. Not sure how it will work on other cages, but most cages are similar to mine in the way they're built. Comment down below if you guys have any questions. I'll try and help you guys out on how I installed it if you need more details. And I'm also available on my social media accounts. I could always send you guys pictures of certain things. But yeah, I'll finish wiring this, and I'll be ready to roll for my next ride. A lot of people have been asking about my setup with the 360 camera. So I got this clamp, and depending on where you place it, this is a perfect placement for mine because it has this support. It's using the mirror as support. Because otherwise I placed it in the rear and the camera kept moving. So I have a zip tie through here just in case it was to come loose. This is an expensive camera, so I don't want to lose it. And then I have 2 zip ties here holding the pole. The invincible stick is what they call it. And my Insta360 goes up here. I did put some tape here and here so that it doesn't close on me while riding, and I don't run it on the highest setting, so I could run it like that, but I feel like it only gets weaker the longer it is. So I close it down too and run it like this, and it did pretty good. I uploaded the video already, my Thanksgiving at Glamis, and the footage is awesome. Before I let you guys go, I brought the camera out. This is a Insta360, their X3 camera. It's not meant for X3s, but that's just the name. Thought it was funny when I bought it. But that's what it looks like. It does good. Also, I got a few more upgrades. I just got back from shock therapy, so I picked up a few items. Let's see what's in here. So we got these caps. Super nice for the shocks. That way I can check the nitrogen in them. But they got a sale right now for Cyber Monday and Thanksgiving, Black Friday. Well, they had a sale. That's how I got these. The springs, I missed out on the springs because I ordered them before Black Friday because I wanted them to get here before my Glamis trip. Unfortunately, they were ready the day before I left, so there wasn't enough time. But for next time, I'll be running a new spring kit. Undo one of these springs. There we go. And since they're in town, I just went and picked them up. Pretty heavy. I'll probably try and install them myself. But yeah, until next time, as always, thanks for watching.